A very exciting episode in this Fanzone edition episode. We are joined by three of the new Warriors coaches that have been assigned. Ramon, Català, the new Warriors head coach, Stella, Gotal, the mighty Warriors head coach, and Marc Sanchez, who will be the assistant Warriors head coach and also the under-23 head coach as well. We dive into the expectations of Zimbabwean football, why they took on these jobs, what they decide to do, and how they'll prepare. Stella says that women's football in Zimbabwe needs a clearer pathway and should be looking more towards scouting. And Marc says that for the under-23 side, he'll be also doing lots of scouting and building and preparing for the upcoming years. All of this and more in this episode. Enjoy.
Fanzone, united by the game, powered by Moore's World of Sport.
Welcome to the Fanzone podcast, your number one favorite sports Zimbabwean podcast, discussing all the sporting activities happening in and around and evolving in Zimbabwe. My name is Sips.
And I'm Steve Vickers. So in the Català Premier Soccer League, 7 games to go now. Victories, narrow ones for the top two teams. Scotland against Zimbabwe, and for Hardrock it was a last gasp winner from Prince Dube against Hunters. We're going through the action in the Català Premier Soccer League. FC Platinum first win under their South African coach Thabo Senong, who was on the bench after getting his work permit. But we've got a very, very special edition of Fanzone today. Last week, a whole lineup was announced of coaches for all of the Zimbabwe national teams, men's and women's, and at different age levels. We have got 3 of the coaches joining us on the show today. We've got Ramon Català. He is the new Warriors coach. Ramon, hello, welcome to the program. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me in your program.
We're excited to have you with us. Of course, Ramon is from Spain. We're going to be using an interpreter for some of his answers. Also with us from Spain, Marc Sanchez, assistant coach in the Warriors and the under-23 men's national coach. Welcome, Marc.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
How is Zimbabwe so far?
Amazing. We have been here for a week, more or less, and the first impression is so grateful. The people in Zimbabwe is amazing.
Well, warm welcome to the show and to Zimbabwe as well. And also with us, Stella Gotal. She is from Croatia, the new Mighty Warriors head coach. Welcome, Stella.
Thank you very much. It is my pleasure and honor to be here.
In Zimbabwe, we have Dynamos or Dynamo DeMbare. And in Croatia, you have Dynamo Zagreb.
Exactly. So Dynamo Zagreb is the most popular club in Croatia and also one of the best clubs in Croatia. So the name is very similar.
And you were watching Dynamos on Sunday. You've been very busy already watching Zimbabwean football, especially the girls as well. You went to 2 matches over the weekend. How has that been?
Yes, it was really amazing and I loved it. On Saturday, I watched Harare City against Rufaro. And then yesterday I traveled to Ngezi, where I watched Ngezi against Mpopa. And then later on, after those matches, somehow I found the time also to follow up the Men's Premier League.
How was the experience of being at Rufaro Stadium for the Dynamos Chicken Inn?
Well, definitely I saw some similarities. Blue jerseys like Dynamo Zagreb, and it was really good atmosphere. I saw that the fans are very passionate about the football, so it was really entertaining.
And I think you saw one of the goals of the season as well, an incredible 40-yard winning goal there. You might not see that every single week, but an exciting game. Did you like the atmosphere?
Yes, I really loved it. Like I said, especially when the other team scored a goal and then, you know, the atmosphere became a bit intensive. So it definitely was something nice to see.
Well, so much to talk about, and all of these coaches have a big emphasis on fitness, so we're going to see what that might do in their plans for the Warriors. Yeah,
but Marc, you also went to a couple of matches over the weekend. How was your experience?
Amazing.
Amazing.
It's so nice. The people in Zimbabwe live the football a lot, and the matches has been interesting. The first match is the one you were talking before. It was so interesting until the end because it ended 1-2 with the double goal in the last minutes, and then yesterday again 1-0 until the end. So very interesting matches.
And for you, Ramon, does the atmosphere and the crowd compare to Spain?
El ambiente.
It's different. In Spain, the stadium is very big. It's 80,000 per person. more mass media is very different. But here is good. It's good. It's nice. The two matches, the pitch is not good because the pitch is not good quality. For the players, I think it's better players than show, no? Because it's difficult pass the ball because the ball is rapid. It's difficult play, but the player is good. Player is good.
Yeah. Well, Steve, Matchday 27, as you said, 7 matches to go, and slim wins at the top for Hardrock in Scotland.
Yeah, so is there a Scotland stutter coming with the CAF Champions League just around the corner? I think Hardrock still will fancy their chances a bit there. What a winner from Prince Dube at Rufaro Stadium against Hunters. It was a fierce 20-yard strike from him. Had he not done that, it would have been a big advantage to Scotland, but a narrow 2-1 victory. Scotland, they're rotating a bit now. They're changing the squad around because it's getting busy for them with the cup games as well. Zifa, Munamatapa Challenge Cup coming up as well, the 4th round. So the race is still very much on for Dynamos. However, I think that's it. I think that Joseph Tulani, a screamer, has probably brought Dynamo's title challenge to an end now. That the gap is too big. And Gezi actually now in 3rd as they continue to pull out some really good results. Away victory for them.
Yeah, so interesting. Matchday 27. We're going to our team of the week. As always, this is our opinion, the Fanzone opinion. You're more than welcome to agree or disagree. But Steve, who is in our starting 11 from the weekend?
Yeah, well, great win for Highlanders. 2-0 home victory for them, and we were impressed with their defence there, plus Marvin Savanda, who got the 2 goals. So Aaron Ngwenya in goal for Highlanders makes it to our team of the week. Andrew DeMbare, another great performance from him, the clean sheet and a lovely assist for one of Marvin Savanda's goals. Itai Mabunu, central defence for Chicken Inn in the game against Dynamos, and Valentine Katsande, centre-back for Moors. Really good game for him. Moors went behind against ZPC Kariba, and then the goals came in the 4-1 victory. One of those goals coming from Katsande, and also had another shot that hit the post too. In midfield, Marvin Savanda coming on as a sub, getting both goals for Bosso at Barber Fields. Joseph Tulani for Chicken Inn. What an amazing goal from the edge of the centre circle, 40 yards out. Wonder strike from Tulani. Tabani Kamsako, the former Warriors midfielder, he impressed for Triangle, commanding performance against Tel 1. Caps United, disappointing goalless draw, but Uchizi Vunga continues to impress. The Malawian has been a really good mid-season signing. In our forwards, Wilson Mensah, he's really hot at the moment for Moors. 2 goals against ZPC Kariba. Knowledge Musona for Scotland, getting both goals, 1 a penalty and 1 a trademark free kick. And Prince Dube for Hardrock for that match-winning goal. He has to also make it into our team of the week because that goal, as I say, made an absolutely massive difference. That's our 11. As always, you're free to agree or to disagree.
And our player of the week this week will be Wilson Mensah with his brace for Moors FC. He's in really good form, so he has earned and won our player of the week. So as Matchday 27 comes to a close, our Moors PSL predictor roars back into life after a 2-week hiatus, and still at the top, Deportivo Lamagdi on 1,212 points. In second place, Team Malone 1,205, and third place, coming up from 4th, is a Fatso JT on 1,194. Our biggest rise in the top 10 is from Elder Given, who's come from 10th into 7th. And Steve Vickers still hanging in there in the top 10, Steve.
Yeah, sitting on number 6.
Tell us your secrets.
Well,
how are you doing so well?
Just going for low-scoring predictions, generally speaking. That's what I've been doing, unless it's a Hardrock or a Scotland where you can expect a couple of goals from them. Thankfully for me, the Prince Dube one gave me 14 points on my joker there for Hardrock. The one I got totally wrong was Highlanders. I thought the problems at Bosso might take their toll, and I respect here rentals a lot. I'd gone for a draw there, but Highlanders actually managed to come up with a fantastic result there. Yeah.
Yes, so Fanzone.co.zw is where you guys can enter the Moors PSL predictor. There only are 7 matches left, so we're getting to the final stages of the Moors PSL predictor. But not only is the Premier Soccer League over the weekend, but there also is Division 1. And although Simba Chiminya is not on set with us today, we still do have the Division 1 roundup. So, Steve, it's over to you for Division 1.
Yeah, let's take you through Division 1. In the northern region, Harare City reduced the gap between them and the leaders Black Rhinos to 4 points. They beat Batanai 2-0. Emmanuel Mandiranga from Dynamos Motor Action on target for the third game in a row. Black Rhinos dropped points for the second consecutive match after held to a 1-1 draw by Willard Katsande's FC Oden. Third place in Ngezi Platinum Under-19s drew 0-0 against Chegutu Pirates, and remember that they're a team that just losing a bit of momentum. Black Rhinos 49 points, Harare City 45, and Ngezi Under-19s on 41. Blanket Mine maintained a 3-point lead ahead of Kwekwe United in the central region, a 1-0 win away to FC Platinum Under-19s. Former Hard Rock striker Ishmael Mack with a goal for Blanket Mine. Kwekwe United beat Shabani Mine 1-0. Former Dynamos and Manika Diamond striker David Chipo with a goal for Kwekwe United. Chapungu back into third, 4-1 win over MSU. Blanket Mine 51 points, Kwekwe United 48 and Chapungu on 46, still in contention. In the southern region, no changes at the top. Leaders Wange beat Imbizo 4-0. Second place Talent Vision got a win 1-0 over Zebra Revolution. Third place in Kai United drew 0-0 with Kami United. Wange on top 54 points. Talent Vision on 51 and Kai way back in third on 44. And in the eastern region, leaders Yada beat Bikita Minerals 2-1 away, while Tenax had a 3-0 walkover win over Chivu. Third placed Africa Mineral Ventures drew 2-2 against Mashingo United at Mucheke. So Yada a 5-point lead at the top on 49 points. Tenax 44, Africa Mineral Ventures on 43. So Yada looking very good there in the eastern region, Sibs.
Yeah. So this weekend, it's more cup games. If you weren't tired already, we've got another round of 16 in the Zifa Monomotapa Challenge Cup. Scotland have been drawn against Moors Under-19, the junior side to Moors FC, but again, it still will have that feel of that Scotland versus Moors derby. Steve, what are you thinking for this game?
Last week on the show, I did say let's hope that the Moors Under-19s get a big team, and they got the biggest of all. I think it's too much to ask for them, really. I mean, Scotland can field a second-string squad, and they should come away with an easy win there, but you never know. There have been massive upsets, but that's just too much to ask. But it's making it so exciting, this Zifa Monomotapa Challenge Cup. You never know. Yeah, Scotland though, it's not the team they wanted to get, really.
Yeah, it's a pity for Moors Under-19, but we'll see how they fare this weekend as we get into Zifa Monomotapa Challenge Cup round of 16. But Steve, we've got some very exciting guests in the studio. It's not often we have Warriors coaches in the studio.
Yeah, so we've got Ramon Català again, Marc Sanchez, who's the Warriors assistant and under-23 national team coach, Stella Gotal, the mighty Warriors coach. So Ramon, let's start with you. Just tell us what made you want to come to Zimbabwe and become the national team coach.
Hizo venir aquí, elegir venir aquí. Bueno, cuando la federación me propuso venir aquí, estudié un poco el equipo, miré un poco el país y era una gran oportunidad para mí poder estar aquí y intentar ayudar al fútbol de Zimbabue, conseguir mejores resultados de los que ha tenido últimamente.
When Zifa proposed me, I'll talk in his person.
Yeah.
When Zifa proposed me to come here, I started to study the team, started to study also the country, how it would be come here and live, and the first impressions were so good. So it's a very interesting goal for me to try to improve the FIFA's ranking in FIFA. So that's one of the goals we would like to improve.
And you've said positive things about Zimbabwe. You've said you believe that we should be higher than the FIFA rankings suggest, and also you've said positive things about the physicality of Zimbabwe's players and African players in general.
Has dicho cosas positivas siempre de los jugadores que deben estar mejor, más arriba y tal. reforzar que sí, que hay talento.
Sí, en general todo el fútbol africano tiene mucho talento. Son jugadores físicamente fuertes, técnicamente buenos y quizás las estructuras tácticas se podrían mejorar, ¿no? Y las estructuras de las federaciones también para competir con otros clubes, pero cada vez están más cerca. Y en Europa está lleno de jugadores africanos que triunfan, son muy buenos jugadores y aquí los vemos también.
African football is good. It's so good. Every time it's getting better. Every time there are a lot of African players who plays in Europe and plays well and have a good performance there. So we have seen very strong, physically strong players and technically strong players. But it's true that maybe the structure, tactical structure, or maybe the structure also in some federations can improve and can make the African football be every time more closer to other countries' football.
All right. Could you add your own opinions on that as well, Marc, your own thoughts?
I have same opinion in that, but I also can say that now we are starting to study different players, and we have seen a lot of young players that are playing in Europe, all of them or a lot of them in England. So we've seen young players as well who are developing and are starting to have his place in European football. So it's good news for Zimbabwe football.
All right. Stella, I checked your profile. You've got a master's in kinesiology. Is that correct?
Correct.
What's that?
Okay, let's say that it's a sports science somehow overall. Maybe in the world, let's say that different universities, they organize it in a different way. But I attended the one that is in Croatia, University of Zagreb, which is Faculty of Kinesiology. So somehow in the first 3 years, we had to study not only something general, but we had to learn about different sports like volleyball, like basketball, football, handball, etc. And then later, after 3 years, you can choose direction you want to go. So you can choose either you want to go in a direction of a sport management, maybe to be a strength and conditioning coach, maybe in a rehabilitation way. So let's say that maybe it's like a sports science overall.
Right. And you've already said you want to work on the fitness of the Mighty Warriors. You want those tracking vests for heart rate and distance as well. Tell us more about that.
Well, maybe I specialized it during the faculty. That's why somehow I always prioritize that part, because I think it's very important. As a football coach, yes, it's important to know everything about technique and tactics, but also I think that fitness level is playing a big role and big part. So somehow that's definitely one of the aspects that we want to work on. And of course, also the psychology part.
Right, and from what you've seen just in the couple of games you've been to, what do you think about the conditioning in the women's PSL?
You know, as coaches, we always want more. So definitely, somehow I'm very happy or pleased with what I've seen, especially yesterday when I attended the match in Ngezi at Baobab Stadium. The team that played in Popa, they have a lot of young players, which I think I already mentioned even before, that I would like to somehow follow up on the youth teams as well. And somehow they will be the ones one day playing for the Mighty Warriors. So definitely I can say that I've seen a lot of positive things, not only in yesterday's match, but also in the match day before I watched here in Harare.
Right. What sort of advantage or improvement do you think this sports science side of things can make for a national team?
Well, definitely one thing that maybe we can upgrade is to implement the GPS system, because then we'd be able to track on the intensity that players had during the training sessions, or maybe even during the matches. Later on we could follow up on what is maybe their maximum, so we would know where it's maybe the limit. But also we would know where in which certain segments we could push more and develop players more in terms of motor skills. So specifically talking about speed, endurance, maybe flexibility, strength. So this kind of aspects.
Right, and that will bring improvement, presumably.
Well, definitely. When you develop a player in terms of maybe fitness level, just the things that I already mentioned now, like motor skills, definitely it would be much easier than during the match, because this is somehow the base that you need as a player. So if you have a good level of let's say fitness level and technical skills, then later on it's maybe just the coach's creative side and maybe the philosophy of a coach in terms of a tactical aspect. So definitely overall picture, that would help us.
Yeah. And for you, Marc, you're coming in as the assistant Warriors head coach, but also the under-23 head coach. And the under-23 Warriors team hasn't really been a team that we've seen in a very long time. So are you feeling pressure, or is it for you an opportunity to start something new, to give the under-23 side of the Warriors a fresh perspective?
I don't feel that pressure. I think it's more like your opportunity. It's like the way we have to see is like illusion, you know, have this being excited to do it so well. And I've seen even young players that can maybe play in the senior team. So there are good players increasing, and there are, as I said before, very good players around. For example, yesterday in the match we see the Chicken Inn has also two players. The other team has also a good player who's comes in the second half. So there are good players to work, and I think we can try to do something great. So let's see.
Let's see. And when you haven't chosen your team yet, but when you do get to know players and teams, will you be looking to choose a bulk for the under-23 local, or will it be a mixture of international and local players?
100%, I think it will be a mix, because there are a lot good players here, but also there are good players outside. So as we think also in the national team, in the senior team, we want to have the best players we can. And we don't care if they play here or if they play outside. We would like to have the best players we can. So if there is a very good player, for example, yesterday that plays in first division here, we can take it. If we see a very good player that plays in another league, we can take it as well if he wants to come. And I think it's a good opportunity for them to come here and play also with his national team. So the best players we can.
That's very interesting, Steve, about potential for Division 1 players to be in the under-23 Warriors team. So that's also, we'll see how that works out. But for Ramon, for you, I have a question. The last two international head coaches of the Warriors, they weren't here for long. Michael Nees, about a year. Mary Manika, about 6 months, 5 months. Did that concern you at all when you made your choice to come be the coach for the Warriors?
Els últims entrenadors no han durat massa. A tu et preocupa això?
Sí. Sí. For me, for one project is good for the national team. The same coaches 2, 3, 4 years. No, for me, but they change the coach every 6 months, 7 months. It's not good for the national team. It's start other time the process. It's not good. Es mucho mejor que haya una continuidad del proceso. Es verdad que dependemos de los resultados y a veces no se puede, pero hay que tener poco de paciencia para conseguir resultados.
It's much better to build something strong with a little bit of stability. Is a thing that we think. If we have more stability, it's more time and more better steps to keep building a good project.
So you want time?
Yeah.
You want time for the project? Yeah?
Well, we think it's better not only for us. I mean, for every good project that starts. For example, if you see now Arsenal project, the first years of Arteta, maybe in the results weren't amazingly, but now with time, his project is so consistent. So in every project in football, if you know how they can progress, if we have time, it's better for any coach to build something great.
So Coach Ramon, feedback from Warriors, from Zimbabwe supporters, many have said from your experience you've been working on a part of a technical team but not as a head coach. Very impressive clubs that you've worked with in Spain, you've been in Libya, Nicaragua, but are you ready for this move now to be head coach of the Warriors?
Si estás preparado para ser primer entrenador, porque en general no has hecho mucho, pero no. Sí lo has hecho, entonces.
Sí, yo creo que he trabajado en fútbol de las mejores ligas, con los mejores entrenadores. Tengo una formación más que suficiente para poder llevar a la selección nacional. No creo que en la selección haya tenido un técnico con mi currículum. Y estoy seguro de que podremos hacer cosas grandes para Zimbabwe.
I've been with the best coaches, as you said, in different leagues, in different parts of the world. So I have a lot of knowledge about that. I've learned a lot of things, and of course I've done also some jobs as a head coach. And I think I'm 100% sure that I can have a good way to work and good results, because I don't think maybe how many national teams in Zimbabwe have been my experience and my CV.
You spoke about style of football. You want us to play fast football. Tell us more about that.
El estilo de juego que...
En el fútbol solo hay un objetivo, que es ganar. Entonces, cada uno lo siente de una manera. ¿Cómo tenemos más posibilidades de ganar? ¿No? Para mí, tenemos más posibilidades de ganar si tenemos la pelota que si no la tenemos. Si presionamos alto que si esperamos atrás. Pero hay días que igual no podemos hacer todo eso. Vamos a adaptarnos a las circunstancias del contrario y al plan de partido que tengamos cada día para ver cómo podemos ganar.
In football, what we always look for or search is having the best opportunities the best probability to win. And we think that having the ball more time than the opponent gets you more chances to win. Being or pressing high or being more time in the opposite field gives you more opportunities to win, because you are always closer to the other goal than to yours. But of course, maybe the football matches, and even nowadays even more, it's difficult to be 90 minutes controlling all the games. So what we want to do is being able to adapt to every moment the football match has, and try to dominate the game with or without the ball, but having the best probability to win. That's our goal.
No es igual jugar contra Congo que jugar contra Guinea o Sierra Leona. Habrá que ver qué hacen ellos qué hacemos nosotros para intentar ganar.
It's not the same place playing against one team or other team, Congo, Sierra Leone or Guinea. So there are different qualities. So we will study the teams, and we will make our plan match to being able to be the difficult team to win that match. So we will try to be the best team we can against them to win that match, every match.
La selección no es como un club, que tienes tiempo para tener un estilo. España tenía un estilo porque tenía la mayoría de jugadores de un club. Pero normalmente hasta Francia, que tiene grandes jugadores, no tiene un estilo propio. Tienen jugadores y montan el partido en relación a contra quién juegan.
The national team is different than a club, because you don't have that time to create your style with a lot of training sessions. Spain, for example, has this World Cup has had 8 players for the same team, so it's more easy to have this identity because a lot of players went to the same team, but from the same team. But for example, France, which is a national team with maybe the best players in the world, as the players went from different places, it's not as easy to have this identity clear. But of course, we will try to do it with the time we have.
All right. And Coach, I believe you spend a lot of time studying matches, watching players and watching games. Do you believe that Zimbabwe has the players of the quality that's needed to play the football that you want?
Has visto muchos partidos y jugadores. ¿Crees que tiene la capacidad para jugar como queremos?
He visto 15 partidos, 15 matches of the national team, and 45 players. I think good players, but I think 2 trainings before the match in Sierra Leone. Our job is convince the players for way for play this match, and I think the players is quality for good performance with this match.
So, Marc, for you, will you be having a common philosophy for senior and under 23 with the two of you?
That's our idea. That's the idea. The project Zifa wants to build is to have this good structure from the youth to the senior team. President said in the presentation that players who now are 17 in 4 years will be 21 years old. Players who now are 20 will be 24 years old. So we want to build this way easiest for that players, and of course the identity or the idea we want to be the same. But as we always say, every football team has his own potential or weakness depending on the players who has. For example, if in the senior team we have very potential in one thing that in the under 23 there is not, well, maybe this potential will appear more in the senior, but depending on the players we have. But the main idea, we have the same footballistical culture, so we see the game, the football match, the game more or less the same way.
All right. And Stella, do you have a precise plan at this stage, or you're still assessing how things are looking?
No, definitely. The plan already exists. Now, definitely, we just have to go on the field, start to work. One of the main part will be scouting, domestic league, but as well try to find players who maybe live abroad. I know that there is a lot of maybe people who live in Australia or America, maybe UK, Europe. So definitely to go and try to find players in those kind of Zimbabwean communities. Like I already said, the plan is over there. Preparation is important for the camp in terms of maybe periodization of the microcycle before the first match, then of course before the second one, and the way we want to work. So in the upcoming days, I will definitely even meet the people that I will work with, the staff. We'll organize some kind of meetings, because definitely we have to be aligned and to find one way on how to work, because we know that in football we don't have a lot of time, and the matches are just behind the corner.
Yeah, well, what a start. Your first game as Mighty Warriors coach against Malawi in an Olympic qualifier second round in October. Malawi having just finished runners-up at the women's AFCON.
Yes, and as a coach I'm very excited and motivated, because I think that Malawi did a good job in the AFCON. It was their first ever appearance, and even they reached to the finals, which is somehow they showed us that the teams who are maybe not ranked in the first top places can definitely reach, let's say, final rounds in the big and major tournaments. Yes, they have a good team, but also we will focus on ourselves, and we will try to prepare in the best possible way to play 2 matches against them.
Yeah, to be honest, women's football has got a long way to go at the moment. In 2000, the Mighty Warriors were 4th at the WAFCON, although women's football in Africa was pretty new then. There were only 8 teams. Then it got declined and got better again around 2009, then went down. Of course, we were at the Olympics in 2016, and of late we've been struggling even in the COSAFA. So there's a lot of work that you've got to do, yeah?
Yes, I always say that one result doesn't show us everything, and this project is a long-term project, and Zifa already has the strategy for women's football. The current one is until 2028. So yes, a big task in front of us, but like I already mentioned, it's a long-term project, and one of the main things will be try to develop the existing players, somehow to establish the pathway from the youth national teams up to the senior national team, to support the grassroots programs. So definitely it's a lot of work to do.
And Stella, one of the first things you said when you were appointed, well, at least announced as the women's head coach, is that there needs to be a clearer pathway for the women's football in Zimbabwe. What does that look like for you?
Well, the clear pathway means to, first of all, somehow identify the players, the young players who are the ones who have maybe potential to one day be the senior Mighty Warriors players, and then to establish the clear structure from the under 15s, under 17s, under 20s to the senior national team. So one of the main things will be scouting, but also it will be very important to somehow promote women's football and try to attract as many players as possible, because we know that when there is a big, let's say, quantity of the players in one country, then also somehow you can choose and have quality players.
And how have you been finding Zimbabwe and Zimbabwean culture? Has it been, obviously it's new, something new for you. How's that been?
Well, to be fair enough, I love it so far.
Okay.
Yes, I love the weather. You know, I come from Croatia, and in the winter time, sometimes it's up to -20, and here now we have +20, so I'm enjoying the weather. Yes, and it's totally different level when you watch the game and it's only 2 degrees outside, and now like this weekend when it's nice and sunny. So I love it, and like I already mentioned a couple of times, and again I will say it, people are very passionate about the football. And somehow I feel very welcomed here in Zimbabwe. I feel very comfortable, and I think that maybe even in the future my mom and sister will come to visit, because yeah, I show them a lot of things like nice places, and the nature is beautiful, like Victoria Falls, so I love it.
You were very honest last week at your unveiling. You said you know you've got a lot to learn about Zimbabwe and about culture.
Yes, still I have a lot of things to learn about Zimbabwe, but I think that all the people that I'm working with now, they're really trying to help me, because we know, like I already mentioned, in football we don't have a lot of time, but in terms of our work they really are trying to help me, but also in terms of how to say, meeting the new people, exploring the environment. I'm trying to learn about even the music or about the food. So, yeah.
So you were head coach of the Gibraltar national women's team.
Yes.
Gibraltar, tiny country at the south of Spain. What did you learn there? And this is like a step up, isn't it, to become Mighty Warriors coach?
Yes, I think that I can say that in terms of the population of the countries I worked in, it's like Croatia is a very small country, only 4 million people live there. I also worked in Saudi Arabia, where 40 million people live there. And then we have Gibraltar, a very small country, only 35,000 people. But I think that those kind of experiences could definitely help me, because when you go to work somewhere, you have to adjust maybe your work in terms of what that country offers you in terms of the players and the environment. So somehow I think that it's a positive.
Some of the Mighty Warriors players are getting pretty old. Some of our big stars like Rutenda Makore on the wrong side of 30. Are they safe in the Mighty Warriors squad? Do you still have a place for the veteran kind of player?
Well, I hope that you understand me, but I wouldn't like to talk about the names of the players.
Yes.
Because still at this stage, at this moment, we're doing the scouting process. And yes, I think that everyone who will show the good performance and has good quality in terms of motor skills, technical skills, tactical aspects, but also in terms of mentality, I already mentioned the door is open for everyone. So everyone has the chance and the opportunity to prove themselves, because somehow my philosophy is that the national team jersey should be earned.
Yeah.
So
you're
yes.
coming with a fresh, new look at everybody, yeah?
Yes.
Coach Ramon, the pressure is on straight away. We've got AFCON qualifiers coming up for Zimbabwe, and the fans would want to see us going to the AFCON again. Do you think you have enough time to prepare the Warriors for the first games in AFCON qualifying against Sierra Leone?
Yes, it's very difficult group. It's 4 teams, but Sierra Leone, Guinea and Congo, your ranking is better than us. I look Sierra Leone, Congo, all the people, the Mundial is very good. Guinea is very good teams, but all is good team. Is good players. I need working with them The press now no. Now only the press is the day before the match. Now no press. Now is only the process of the scouting and look and decide choose the better players for play these matches. Sierra Leone away and Congo
In our
inside.
stadium.
Inside the very good party because play in our field. Good camp because 15 days because play 4 and play 24 is 15 days with the team. I happy because I know the players, I speak with the players. It's good. No press now. After yes, but now no.
Yeah, we can talk about the good news that National Sports Stadium is back, so we host DRC in our second game. Marc, that is a huge game for the Warriors. What are your thoughts about Zimbabwe playing the DRC?
Which day, sorry?
The Zimbabwe against DR Congo with all those good players. We saw them at the World Cup. What are your thoughts at this stage on that game?
First of all, I think it will be a party for Zimbabwe football because, as everyone knows, our stadium will be open again. So it will be an amazing day for all the Zimbabweans to be able to enjoy a very big football match against a very big team, as you said. And we think that we have options to win every match. That's why we work that match. That's why we think our players are good enough to compete, and that's why we will analyze a lot Congo to try to look for his weakness and try to do it. So of course we think we can beat it, and we'll see how close or far we are that day. But for sure will be a very good day for our country's football.
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
that's coming back. Yeah.
And Ramon, you've already said that you were impressed with some of the grounds at the stadiums. Have you been shown the National Sports Stadium yet?
Si hemos visto el estadio, aún no.
No,
not yet. Okay.
not yet.
But how important do you think it will be for us to play at home? Do you think that plays a part?
¿Cuánto importante será jugar allí? Por la gente que nos ayude, claro. Esa es la respuesta.
Es
Muy importante.
es muy importante. Muy importante tener el público a tu favor. ¿Sabes? Muy importante que el jugador sienta que el público le ayuda hasta el final del partido. Porque te da un plus más y al contrario, al revés, al contrario le supone un handicap.
It's very important to play with our people because can help you to in the moments of doubts or weakness can help you to push and can also pressure the other team. So playing at home and with our people is so good for the national team.
Yeah. Now, Steve, surely we can't let Ramon think that our stadiums are bad. Do we suggest Chawanda Stadium for him to visit?
Yes.
Well, maybe Mozambique.
Yes.
You have to visit Chawanda Stadium.
Sí, sí,
Mozambique
claro.
Stadium.
Oh, you'll love it.
No.
You'll love it.
You'll love it. Stella, you're working with the woman. How are you feeling with this new job coming up?
I'm very excited.
Excited.
Yes, I'm very motivated, and somehow I would like to leave the marks of my work in Zimbabwe. Yeah.
In Zimbabwe, yes, yeah. And Marc, for you, how are you feeling?
I'm excited as well because I think, as I thought before, that is a good experience to be here and try to improve Zimbabwe football. So it's a good objective for me, and I think we can do it. We can do it so good, and we'll put all our effort to do it. So excited to start living it.
Yeah. And on a lighter note, obviously for you, Marc and Ramon, Spain won the World Cup. So I'm sure you guys are feeling like you have the winning formula. Were you studying what Spain was doing during the World Cup?
Well, in my opinion, there is not a formula in football. I think you can win in different ways, and you can win by a lot of reasons that maybe you cannot control. But of course, the best way for me to have winnings is have the best chances to do it. And we have to increase this probability, these chances, trying to dominating the games. That's the thing. But of course, in football is maybe the only sport that you cannot kick to the other goal, and you can be very dominated and win 1-0 that match. So it's a sport that the results maybe sometimes appears like that.
Sure.
Es la belleza del juego, ¿no?
It's what makes this sport for us the best sport in the world.
And for you, Ramon, will you be picking and choosing some of the aspects from the Spanish game and implementing it here?
Coger las cosas del estilo español, o sea, de la selección española para jugar con nosotros.
Claro, porque es mi manera de sentir el fútbol, porque me he educado allá y he vivido el fútbol allá. Entonces, claro que utilizaremos algunas maneras metodológicas de trabajar para conseguir que vienen de España, para conseguir lo que queramos, ¿no?
Of course, we are from there, so our culture is from there. So our way to see the game is from there, and our way to work to get this advantage or progress in our team is from there. So our knowledge is like that, and we'll try to do it as best as we can with our national team.
Yeah, well, still, it's very exciting. We had the three new Warriors appointments.
Juegan los jugadores, no juegan por nosotros. No hay ninguna varita mágica.
Claro. But the quality, the players are who plays. So there is not a formula, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Pero nosotros estamos para ayudarles, claro.
but we're here to help them to be closer to as close as they can, as we can, to that performance.
La federación, el público, los medios están para ayudar a los jugadores, se sientan cómodos y pueden rendir como lo máximo posible.
See if you, the supporters, as all the people who work from them work for the players. So our job as a staff, but our job as a country as well, is try to help the players as much as we can.
No nos olvidemos que lo más importante son los jugadores aquí.
We cannot forget that the most important thing are the players.
Well, and you're going to be busy watching the Bank ABC Roots Impact, the under-15s this week, Stella, and the rest of you.
Yes, definitely. The tournament started yesterday and it will run until the 30th of August. So tomorrow will be the day when I will try to see as much games as possible, but also during the week.
Always assessing and always learning.
Yes, I think it's very important for us coaches to attend those matches, to see those young and maybe new talents that we still didn't see, and somehow to give them support, yes.
Yeah, it's a great initiative. I'm sure that you will spot some talented players there. Yeah.
Yeah, exciting times for Zimbabwe football, Steve. Seems to be in very good hands. Yeah, and I enjoyed that discussion.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a fresh start. It's a big stage. All these coaches are announced at the same time as well, going down to junior level as well. Takeshore Chiragui, we should say, is part of your coaching setup as well. He's been the assistant. Caetano Tembo, people debated that as he was moved down to under-20s, but it's a whole new chapter, and we hope he's going to give us the results that we're longing for.
Yeah. An exciting new chapter for Zimbabwean football. We head over to our game time. Well done to last week's winners. You answered that question correctly. This week's question for the fans out there who love to watch the Fanzone podcast and who are involved with Fanzone. It's a name any of the two teenagers Tonderai and Darai started for Chickenin in their match against Dynamos over the weekend. Remember, Fanzone.co.zw, fill out the form and you'll be eligible to win a prize, and you'll also be eligible for the draw. But to our exciting panel, Stella, Marc, Ramon, thank you so much for joining us on the Fanzone podcast. It was great to get to know you guys, meet you guys. I know Steve and I feel like, celebrities now that we've got to meet you guys, but we're very excited for what Zimbabwean football has in the next upcoming years. So, if you guys have enjoyed this episode, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.